We know it's important to warm up, but how do we go about warming up, both physically and vocally?
So I do a vocal warm-up, work on my projection, so it might be sirening, so that's I'd also work on my articulation, so doing kind of word exercises like Billy Button bought a bunch of beautiful bananas. And also, because you might feel tense because you've got a show coming up, you might want to keep your body relaxed by doing some breathing exercises. I do some panting exercises where you pant like a dog and you go and that also works with articulation and projection. There's also physical warm-ups that I do. So I'd start with a stretch, something that's nice and gentle, get the body awake. And then I would then go on to short bursts of high-intensity workouts just before the show so that I feel really active and alert.
So I've been learning a lot even after I've trained as an actor. The actor's training never stops. So recently I learned a new style of warm-up, which is called Tabata. I was taught this by Richard, and what Tabata is essentially high-intensity, short interval breaks in between, and you're using a lot of calisthenics, and it's a lot of your own body weight. So you could be doing circuits of 4 minutes of push-ups with a 10-second interval, then 4 minutes of sit-ups with a 10-second interval, and then you're just running those circuits over and over again. It can be tiring and it can be a lot, but it's fun and it really does get you in the zone. Vocally, I haven't really explored a lot of vocal warm-ups. However, one that I love going to is tongue boot camp. It's that bad boy. And what that does, it just warms up the tongue's muscles because, well, as we know, we use our tongue to talk. And getting your tongue ready and getting that muscle really warm and making sure that it's not limp or loose or whatever. And that's one which I really like. And then there are sirens. Sirens which is a closed mouth, and you're essentially creating a siren noise with your voice. And I think that really helps with the warming up and getting your voice ready so that it doesn't crack, so that it doesn't hinder you in any way.
My preferred thing to do is to start by mobilizing all the joints. So starting with the ankles, moving everything around, the knees, the hips, moving up into the upper body, the shoulders, the elbows, the wrists, just making sure the neck, everything is ready to move. I keep saying ready to move. Making sure that sometimes when you get out of bed in the morning, you feel a bit tired, a bit stiff. You want to get rid of that feeling of lethargy and give yourself some energy. So getting the blood flowing around the muscles. It doesn't have to be an hours-long cardio session. It can just be 5 minutes if that's all you've got time for. But it's important to get the blood flowing, get the blood pumping, make sure that you're breathing deeply so that the breath is going into the right place. Because in normal everyday life, we don't really breathe very deeply. And when we talk, we don't need to project very far. We can just have like we're doing now, it's having quite a quiet, contained conversation. But if you're on stage and you need to hit the back of a big theatre, you need to be using lots of breath, so the breath has to go much deeper. And if you've done a good warm-up and a vocal warm-up and a big some breathing exercises, you'll have that capacity to fill your lungs deeper and project louder. So I like to do a combination of some breathing stuff, some articulation exercises, some tongue twisters. Again, you find loads of those on YouTube if you have a look. But really thinking and focusing, actually. It's really good to focus on your character. Just have a little moment to just center yourself and think, but get into the mindset of that character before you go on stage so that you're not unfocused and you're prepared and you've thought about what you're going to do.